boy Mason 933.
Ladies and gentlemen of our community, Inglewood, Century Boulevard and Gravilla, there was a shooting this evening. Young individual. Everyone who you consider famous that we look up to, they turning them into gay people, and it's like a big freak show. And the problem is, I mean, once you pull TV Jakes and you start to pull Muslims and Catholics and Christians is attacking each other, and they're trying to make black men look like the only thing that we're interested in is freak offs and having sex with each other. That's crazy. You know, I've never had any issues like that. NASA's never had any issues like that. 99% of the people in our community, African men, African American men, Hispanic men, we take care of home. We deal with our families. We deal with our friends. We carry ourselves a different way. The entertainment industry has always been something somewhat crazy, but you know, we deal with these streets. We deal with showing people the truth. A lot of times you see people in the streets and they want to know, why would we video this or why would we video that? Who wouldn't want to know what happens to their loved ones? Who wouldn't want to know that the information that happened to their loved one can actually keep one or another from actually killing someone, from having misinformation? I mean, a lot of times people sit down and they jump to conclusions in our community because they see a person on the ground, and the next thing you know, an entire community is under fire for something they had nothing to do with. So sometimes covering these things and keeping the police in check and keeping the community informed allows us to get out the right information so that we can kind of at least have a fair understanding of, one, what happened to our loved ones, and two, what's going on in our community. A lot of people want to whitelist or blackball everything and say, look, this doesn't happen in our community. It doesn't exist. Right. It happens in Beverly Hills. It happens in Inglewood. It happens in all walks of Los Angeles and every other part of the world where people are either losing their lives or going through different things. But the podcast, the purpose we want to have this podcast is so we could have a conversation from real men. Right. You know, our black leaders, it seemed like we're depleting the black leaders. If your dad got shot yesterday, wouldn't you want to know what happened to him?
And see, like Richard is saying, we have a special response to these situations. Most of the times I'm on the scanner monitoring in the field. So this podcast will not just be in a room. We'll be live at scenes that you'll witness firsthand how we respond to these things, and actually get out, film them, package it, and then put up the story for the information. Because without having the footage, we can't call the city newswire to give them, you know, the information of what happened to your loved one. So, again, it goes back to like what Richard's saying. When these things happen, we want to be there at your worstest time to make things better, you know, because a lot of times when you get the information, you start, you know, getting some closure, or at least if they're making it, or what hospital they went through, to. And then also the police, they're not so quick to give that information to civilians. So press agents have to get there in a timely manner so that we can lock down that scene, film it, and actually, notify the community. And then a lot of times we find ourselves in between these wars in the streets, whether it's personal, money, gang, whatever type of war, police wars. They happen in all these different jurisdictions. Definitely have to be monitored. FCC requires any and all people to monitor these frequencies. So if you don't have a scanner, we do. And me and Richard is always listening. We're either listening or we're on the Citizens app. And then we get tips from the community where these hot spots are at. And we're trying to get there in a timely manner. And that's what this podcast is going to be about. It's not your average sit down, destroying black people's characters, image. This is about solution. This is about finding out what it's going to take to actually survive in our communities and not move out to Lancaster, Victorville. We're not moving out. We're standing our ground. They are questioning people as they come through this checkpoint / whatever it is. And we're asking that transparency do prevail over this matter, because for the last day or so, they have been in pursuit of some people in this area of 54th and Western, right around the corner. So be mindful of these vehicles, you guys, while you're driving in this intersection or in this area, because right now we have undercover cars that are obviously looking like civilians. No plates on this car, you guys, black tinted windows. A special task force that is obviously out here, let me get that plate, out here patrolling this area. Hey, you guys the LAPD?
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. All right, cool. People beware of the community as they roll around in a rapid rampage, selecting whoever they want at will. We are concerned as LAPD is backing these special units, undercover units, in all these type of vehicles, almost like the president is here or somewhat like that. So they're nonchalant. They're being very evasive on information for the last 2 days. They have been in this area of 54th and Western.
Holden Harlan, gmail.com 1. The best gumbo through LA. You will love it. If you want something hot, something fresh, something real nifty to fill your tummy, in places and different events, you can take some nifty gumbo 5. You love 5s on hood. Yo, Mac in with Holden Harlan, gmail.com 1. That's my homeboy, King Five Fingers Uncle. And he has the best gumbo around LA. I'm going to keep it 55th Street.